Right or wrong matters very little, especially when you're dealing with social media. Let's use the lake here as an example. The weed problem is excessive due to invasive species and just the fact that, weed problems, plants tend to become weed problems. That's the definition of a weed problem. An aquatic plant that makes the lake unfishable, unswimmable, or unusable, that plant then becomes a weed. And part of the problem that you have with that is the general public thinks the more plants the better. You can see we've got plenty of plants, and the general perception of that is that's good, that makes this place better. It doesn't. It makes this place worse. We can see it in fast forward in pond management. The situation that it creates is, well, here we've got two things going. One, the shading of the water decreases the plankton bloom. The plankton bloom is the base of the food chain. So anytime you shade the water, you're shading the base of the food chain, you're reducing the fish population. The second problem that excessive weed growth creates is little pocketed areas of open water surrounded by unhuntable areas for bass to hunt. Like when it's so thick, the bigger bass can't hunt and the bait fish can hide too well, you get a swing in the population towards smaller fish. It's, again, very noticeable in pond management, not as noticeable in a place like this. It takes a lot longer to swing a place like this. So the winter drawdown, as you can see the bank right there, it's usually back up there. They're drawing this down to kill the plants kind of manually without having to use pesticides, herbicides, things like that, in an effort to reduce the amount of plants that are shading and causing problems in the lake. Any plant can cause problems. A little bit of plant growth is very beneficial. A lot of bass plant growth tends to start having a negative impacts on your bass population. So that's what I mean by facts don't really matter. It's a popularity contest here on social media. Since a large group of people believe opposite than the facts, then it seems like that's a fact when actually it's not. Thanks.